0 is called additive identity. Why? Because for any rational number a, if you add that rational number by 0, how much we get the result? The same rational number. Or else, if you add 0 by the rational number, how much we got the results? Again, we will get the same result. So in these two of the additions, we got that value is same when while adding to that 0, or else added by that 0. So this 0 is called additive identity. 0 is called what? Additive identity. So today we will continue this topic and we will discuss what is multiplicative identity. Am I audible to everyone? Just show me the thumb sign if it is. So one is called multiplicative identity for all the rational numbers. One is called multiplicative identity for all the rational numbers. Let us, you can note it down this definition, everyone.
Rational number.
If we multiply any rational number with 1, we get the same number remains. Example, let me take an example of a rational number. Will anyone give the example of rational number?
Your voice.
Is my voice is not clear? Isn't clear it? Isn't my voice is clear?
Yes, sir.
I think today it is raining. Yeah, I think in some areas there is a low network. In some area there is a low network, I think so. Because of that network issue, maybe my voice is not clear. Okay, so try to tell if you are not compatible. So in the roll of 1, just show me the thumb sign if I am audible. I'm just going to mute everyone so that we can avoid the disturbance, I think so. So see, I am going to take a rational number here. I am going to take an example of rational number. I am going to take 2 by 3 is a rational number. So when you multiply 2 by 3 with 1, how much we are going to get? We are going to get 2 by 3 is the result. Or else, if you multiply 1 with 2 by 3, how much we are going to get? We get 2 by 3 only. So in these cases, the multiplier value is called multiplicative identity also. Here, one is called multiplicative identity. Multiplicative identity. Just noted this. Take a screenshot. Everyone. Then I am going to discuss the next concept. I'm just going to discuss the next concept. Multiplicative identity. Just now we have discussed it, right? So while multiplying with 1, we get the same value remains. That is what a roll of a 1. So if you get that the same value remains, then that particular value is called what? Multiplicative identity. So what is multiplicative identity of minus 5 by 3? What is multiplicative identity of minus 5 by 3? It is 1 itself. We get the same value remains while multiplying with 1 only. So 1 is called multiplicative identity. Okay. So here you need to understand one more topic is called multiplicative inverse. Can anyone say that multiplicative inverse? Multiplicative inverse. If you multiply any number, if you multiply a rational number by which number, we will get that same value as a remains to be 1. If you know the answer, can you please type that in the chat box? So by multiplying with which number, then we will get that value remains to be 1. Suppose I am going to take an example of a 2 by 3. That is a rational number. By multiplying 2 by 3 with which number, we will get that result is 1. Obviously, we know that when you multiply 2 by 3 with 3 by 2, we get that a result is 1. So observe here 2 by 3 and 3 by 2. Here one number is changed as another by interchanging its a numerator and denominator. By interchanging it's a numerator and denominator. So these values 2 by 3 and minus 3 by 2 are called reciprocals. Okay, reciprocal and also multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse. What is meant by reciprocal? When numerator is changed to denominator and denominator is changed to numerator. Okay, is there any doubt here? Will you get the result of that product is a 1 for any other value except 3 by 2? No, we cannot. No, we cannot get it. Okay, so multiplicative identity. Multiplicative identity is 1. It is constant. But multiplicative inverse, it depends upon the given number. It depends upon that given number. Multiplicative inverse. Okay, a rational number is said to be a. Then its a reciprocal is called 1 by a, or else multiplicative inverse is called 1 by a. Then the product of rational number and its reciprocal is called 1. So this what is known as multiplicative inverse. Okay, so just write that condition likewise. I'll write it here. You need to copy it. At least to take a screenshot. For any rational number, for any rational number a, there exists 1 by a. Okay, therefore a into 1 by a equals to 1. Therefore, what we can say about these two? We can say, therefore, here a and 1 by a are called multiplicative inverse to each other. Example, let me take an example of a minus 5 by 3 this time. So what is multiplicative inverse of minus 5 by 3? By multiplying with which number we will get the result is 1. Anyone? Just write that answer in the chat box. If anyone know the answer, just type the answer in the chat box. What is multiplicative inverse? By which number? By multiplying minus 5 by 3, we get the answer is 1. Anyone? I didn't get any answer. Can anyone please type the multiplicative inverse of minus 5 by 3 in the chat box. No one? Very good. Somebody is typing. It's not 1. 1 is multiplicative identity. The multiplicative inverse is very good, very good, very good. Shashivardhan is given the right answer. The answer for minus 5 by 3 as a multiplicative inverse is minus 3 by 5. Okay. Minus into minus will become plus. 3 ones get cancelled. 5 ones get cancelled. So the result is 1. So what is multiplicative inverse of minus 5 by 3? It is plus 5 by 3. Very good. Just take a screenshot for this. Just take a screenshot so that I'll move forward for this. So I'm going to tell the next concept. Distributive property. Yesterday we have discussed already what is distributive property. How many rational numbers are required to tell the distributive property? There are 3 rational numbers are required. So for any 3 rational numbers, A, B, and C. So we have 2 properties. We have 2 properties under distribution. One is distributivity under multiplication over addition, which means A into B plus C will be equals to A into B plus A into C. This property is known as distributive property under multiplication over addition. How many arithmetic operators we are using here? There we are using 2 arithmetic operators. Okay, under multiplication over addition. Now we have a second one. The second one is distributivity under multiplication again, but it is over subtraction. A into B minus C will be equals to A into B minus A into C. Yesterday we already solved an example problem, right? So you just write the conditions up to here and take a screenshot. What is the distributive property under multiplication over addition? It is A into B plus C is equals to A into B plus A into C. And under subtraction, it is A into B minus C equals to A into B minus A into C. That's it. Just take a screenshot, everyone. I hope you have taken the screenshot so that I'm just moving forward to the next one. Do I need to explain that example for distributive property? Yesterday we already solved the example, so that I'm moving forward. If you have any doubt, you ask it. Now, directly I'm getting into that exercise. Yes, Ramcharan, unmute yourself. I am giving the permission. Unmute yourself, Ramcharan, now.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, I joined now, sir.
You have joined it right now. Yeah. Today there is raining, right? So there we have some signal issue. Just note it down what we are going to discuss. Okay. Now onwards. So now let us open the textbooks, everyone. If you have textbooks, or else you're clearly able to identify the question over here. One by one, you can raise the hand so that I can unmute it one by one, so that we will complete it. Okay. So what is the question? Name the property involved in the following examples. So I'll give one by one option. Later you can mute it again. So voice is trucking. So we can't do anything because there we have plenty of network issue because it is raining, right? So you check that the signal strength in your mobile, maybe 1 or 2 bars are there. So maybe it is a technical issue of that network. So one by one, those whose network is a proper, just raise the hand so that I can give the chance. First, Vaishali, unmute yourself and say the first one. Name the property involved in the following example. What is the first one? What is the first property involved there? 8 by 5 plus 0 equals to 8 by 5 equals to 0 plus 8 by 5. Which property is involved here? This is, it is added by 0. Added by 0 or else? Very good, very good. It is what?
Identity.
Excellent, excellent answer. It is nothing but additive identity. Just write it. Additive identity. You need to write the answer only simply like this. Which property is involved? Additive identity. So next, look at the second one. Now I'll give the chance to any other. Manogna, unmute it. So those who wanted to say, so Manogna, unmute it and say that second one.
Sir, distributive identity.
Very good, very good. Which one it is? Distributivity over addition or subtraction?
Distributive identity.
Distributive property only, but it is
Sir,
over
addition.
Yeah, exactly. It is a distributive
Addition.
property over addition. Distributive, okay? Distributive over addition. Now, third one. Now, 2 are completed, right? Now, I'll give the chance to any other. Only 2 are raised the hands. Anyone? Can anyone say the third one? What is the properties involved here? We are multiplying with 1 here. Clearly, you can see there. If you are trying to multiply with 1, what can we say? It is nothing but what? Harsha, unmute it.
Sir, multiplicative inverse.
No, it is not inverse, it is identity. While multiplying with 1, we are getting the same result, right? 1 by any number
Yes,
also we are
sir.
going to get the same result. It is multiplicative identity, not inverse.
Yes.
It is multiplicative identity.
Okay, sir.
Write it.
Identity.
Multiplicative. I am writing short. Multiplicative identity. Okay. Now fourth one. Again it is been multiplied with 1. Again it also
1.
multiplied with 1. So this is also multiplicative identity.
Multiplicative identity.
Very good. Now fifth one, Bhavyasri. Just tell about that fifth one. Which property it is? Unmute it, Bhavyasri. It is commutative property under addition. Commutative property because we are taking 2 rational numbers. For any two rational numbers a and b, a plus b is equals to what? B plus a. Therefore, it is what? Commutative property. Commutative. Okay, commutative under addition.
Okay.
Now, what about the fourth one? Sorry, sixth one. What about the sixth one? Now, we'll say Ramcharan, will you say that? The very first property which you taught in the rational numbers. For any 2 rational numbers, a and b, what is the product of a and b? Again, it is a rational number. See, here a is rational, b is rational. The product of a and b also rational. So it is closed under
Rational.
It is rational. It is closed under multiplication. Therefore, it is closure property. Which property it is? Closure
Closure
property
property.
under multiplication.
Multiple.
Very good. Now, seventh one. Look at there. 7, 8. No. Pawan Raj. Unmute it.
Sir, additive identity.
No. Look at there. We got the result is 0. We are not adding by 0. We are getting the result in the addition is 0.
Additive.
Sir, additive inverse.
Very good. It is what? Additive.
Additive inverse.
Very good. Additive inverse. Very good. Now, Prajwala, you can say this. Unmute it.
Sir, distributive.
Now, look at there. Clearly, you can understand it. X into 1 by x. I already said the form
X
also.
into 1 by x is equal to 1.
Then what it is? Result we got it 1.
Distributive.
No. Distributive means 3 rational numbers are required. It is multiplicative. I already said one.
Multiplicative.
A into 1 by a is equals to what? 1. So it is
Multiplicative. A into by.
multiplicative. Identity or inverse? It is inverse.
Identity.
No, it is inverse. We got the result is 1. We are not multiplying with 1. We got the result of the product is 1. Therefore, it is multiplicative inverse. Multiplicative inverse.
Inverse.
Now last one, ninth one. Ninth one, you can say this. Which property is this? Which property is this?
Sir, distributive.
Huh?
Distributive.
Distributive property over addition or subtraction?
Sir, addition.
Very good. It is over addition. Okay. But the property is given differently. We taught that a property as in the form of A into B plus C, right? So that we got
Yes.
A into B plus A into C, right? But in the question,
Yes, sir.
here in the exercise, it is given RHS first.
Yes.
Okay. And LHS is next.
Yes.
So no problem. Anyhow, both are equal results, right? So that is also known as distributive
Yes.
property over addition. So copy this simply. Just take a screenshot. Clear?
Sir.
Okay. Now we'll get into the next one. So what is the next one?
Sir, write the additive.
And
the
multiplicative inverse of the following. Okay. So let us we can
Yes.
take up that. We need to write additive inverse and multiplicative inverse. Remember that both we need to write.
Yes.
So what is additive inverse of minus 3 by 5? I'll unmute everyone, but only to whom I am calling, only that particular people can try to tell it. So Shashivardhan, you can say that additive inverse of minus 3 by 5. What is additive inverse of minus 3 by 5? Shashivardhan.
Sir, minus 1.
No. No, it is wrong.
Minus 5 by 3.
3 by 5.
Minus
3 by
5
5.
by 3.
3 by 5.
It is,
Sir, minus 5 by 3.
it is plus 3 by 5. Why? Because what is the sum of that? What is the sum of these two values? Minus 3 by 5 plus 3 by 5.
8.
We got 0. Okay. So
0.
additive inverse of minus 3 by 5 is
Yes.
plus 3 by 5. Now what is multiplicative inverse? What is multiplicative inverse?
5
5 by minus 3.
It is minus 5 by 3. What is multiplicative inverse?
minus 5 by 3.
Very good. Very good. It is minus 5 by 3. I already told you yesterday, if the negative sign is written in the numerator or else the denominator, it can be applicable for both fractions. Remember
Yes.
that.
Reciprocal.
Yes, yes, exactly. Reciprocal is nothing but multiplicative inverse. Now for 1, you can say that what is additive inverse of 1?
Sir,
Sir,
minus 1.
Plus one.
It is minus 1. It is minus 1. It is minus 1. What is multiplicative inverse? What is multiplicative inverse?
Sir,
It
1.
is 1 only.
1.
By multiplying with 1 only, we get the product is equals to 1. So it is additive inverse. It is multiplicative
It
inverse.
is
Now I need the answer for this question.
0.
Can you find?
Plus 0 only.
Can anyone find?
Not exist.
Listen. Okay, otherwise I'll mute everyone. See, listen. Now I need the answer of additive inverse of 0. Will 0 consist of any additive inverse?
Does not exist.
For 0,
Sir, it does not exist.
does not exist, right? Why? Because while adding 0 by another 0 only, we get that as 0, but the sum is not defined exactly. 0 plus 0. Okay, because it is nothing only. Both are represented nothing only. Here, remember that 0 is a whole number, right?
Yes.
0 is a whole number. 0 is a very first whole number. But this whole number result is obtained by adding another whole number as a 0 only. 0 is also
Yes.
called as a rational number. Okay, 0 can be
Yes.
represented in the form of rational number. But it is only possible when you add it up by another nothing value only. So 0, additive inverse is 0 itself.
It does
0
not
additive
exist.
inverse. Yes, it does not exist.
Not
Does not exist. Why? Because if you are asking about the natural numbers, it does not exist. Understand my thing. Understand my concept clearly. 0 is a whole number. But when you are trying to write down additive inverse for natural numbers, it will not exist. And 0 is a whole number, right? When see somebody who it is. Zero is when you consider 0 is a whole number, when anyone is asking to write down additive inverse of a whole number 0 from another whole number, it is not exist. Okay, it is only possible by 0. Otherwise, for any other values, it is not exist. But we can say that additive identity for all numbers is 0. Additive identity is 0. But what about additive inverse? What about additive inverse? Additive inverse is nothing but for any rational number a, there exists a negative rational number. But unfortunately, 0, when you consider 0 is a whole number, 0 is neither considered positive, okay, nor considered negative. 0 is neither positive nor negative. So that while adding with another 0 only, we get it. Value will exist, but we cannot able to say whether it is negative or positive. We cannot say that whether it is negative or positive, but we can get the sum of the two values are equals to 0 again. So additive inverse of a 0, again it is called as 0 only, but we cannot say whether it is positive or negative for like every problem. Here, look at the first problem. Second problem, additive inverse of a +1 is -1, we said. But coming to this example, we cannot say it is +0 or -0. Remember that. So that was the difference about the third one. Now, look at the fourth one. Look at the fourth one. 7 by 9. By adding with which number? By adding with which number? We get the result is a 0. Vaishali, unmute yourself and say. Vaishali, unmute yourself.
So 7 by 9 minus.
Minus 7 by 9.
Minus
So while
minus
adding
7
7 by 9
minus
with
9.
another 7 by 9 which is consisting negative sign, we get the result is 0. Therefore, minus 7 by 9 is additive inverse. What is
9 by
multiplicative inverse? It is, we need to check when we will get the result is 1. While multiplying with the 9 by 7, we will get the result is 1.
9 by
Therefore,
7 reciprocal.
reciprocal is nothing but multiplicative inverse.
Yes.
Now what about the last one, fifth one?
Sir,
1.
Plus 1.
Minus 1.
One.
While adding with the plus 1,
Plus
we
1.
will get the result is 0.
plus 1.
It is plus 1.
Plus 1.
Multiplicative inverse.
Minus
Minus 1 into
Minus 1
Ah.
into minus 1.
See,
Plus.
one can be written it as 1 by 1, right? One can be written it as 1 by 1.
Yes.
It can be either positive 1 or negative 1. So, minus 1 also can be written it as minus 1 by 1. So, minus 1 into minus 1 is plus 1. So, minus 1 is called additive, sorry, multiplicative inverse.
1.
1.
1.
Now, we'll go to the third one. Look at there. Here, third bit is your homework. Third bit is your homework.
Sir,
Third bit is your homework. Okay, you need to fill all the blanks using the properties. Using the properties. If you get any doubt, you ask me tomorrow in the school. Okay, very simple things. By the properties. Yeah, total bit. Third bit total is homework. Okay.
So,
Just
school
use
tomorrow
the
start.
property. Use the property.
So, tomorrow school start.
You will get the information, Amma. You will get the information using parent app. Okay, whatever the information is,
Okay, sir.
you will get it through message from the parent app only.
Okay.